So, hey, what's up, guys? I'm just gonna check this audio. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Joseph Ryan Batty, your tech warrior from Lumang Siglo. Today, we're going to talk about the microphones. Now, there are a lot of questions relating microphone. Of course, the first question that we usually encounter is, what microphone should I use? What brand is a recommended microphone? Or at least there is a scenario that you bought a expensive microphone, but you're disappointed of the microphone's output just because you don't really know how to use it. Before owning a microphone, you should at least answer this question: what will you record and where will you record? There are a lot of microphones out there that has a different function. There are microphones that are solely good for interviews, documentaries, and a talking head like this. Microphones has different use depending on the needs and depending on the location. As you can see, I am using a shotgun mic that is mounted on a stand. If you ever wonder that mostly on films, they use similar to this, but there is a operator. There's someone who is holding it, and that is what is called the boom mic. Technically, it is called boom mic just because of the boom pole or the stand. So if you're gonna use a boom mic, usually you wanted to really place your microphone out of the video frame but does have a good audio pickup. And there is another alternative microphone to own, which is a lavalier mic, and are ideal to use on a interviews and even talking head like this. But personally, I do prefer to use the shotgun mic over a lapel mic because I can have much better control on the audio pickup rather than the lapel mic. Then there is another type of mic, which is the dynamic mic. Dynamic mic is usually used when you're in a large crowd or in a noisy or busy place. Like on TV, they use that dynamic mic, and on a crowdy place and on such events such a street performance or concerts or other busy noisy event, dynamic mic is the ideal mic to use. Then now let's go to the first question: what will you record? Will you record a music?
Magkasama si Kristo, lahat ay kaya nating lampasan.
Will you record a interview or use it for a short film? It always depends on what you would do. So you will not want it to really always use a lavalier mic. If you own just a lavalier mic, then I suggest that you're just gonna use it on a interview or on a talking head. This is where you will really have to invest time thinking of what would you wanted to own. You will also consider your budget. If you're tight on a budget, lapel mic is actually an ideal mic to own because it's quite cheaper than the microphone just like this. This is a shotgun mic that really costs a lot. And then other condenser mic. Lapel mic is usually is clipped on your clothing, and mostly it is hidden, or at least if it's not hidden, it's not really that visible. Or the role of a lapel mic is not to distract your audience and have at least a small microphone, rather than just like this a shotgun mic will take some space on your frame. Just like this, you'll see I have something in my shirt. There's something written in my shirt. You can't really read it because of this shotgun mic just in front of me. Then the next question is, where will you record this one? Just like I did already mention it before, if you shooting on the outside, you really need a microphone that will just pick up the subjects audio, because mostly you won't really want to pick up those noises in the background unless you wanted to include those background noises, then so be it. Usually, dynamic or condenser mics uses XLR cables. Now, if you ever wondered where you plug your lapel versus a shotgun mic, they're different. Their endings are different. The RRS, and the TS, they have a different ending where your plug is. So, for example, this Zoom 8, it has a 6 plug in it, and Zoom can handle TS and TRS, 6.3mm plugs on the A and B channel. But the good thing on TRS and TRRS or TS, they are usually used on phones. You can plug it on your phone. Even your headset, your headphone, your earphones, they are TRRS, and they can actually use just like how you use a lapel mic. But the difference is that you can really adjust the gain, just like in here. This is why we bought something like this, so that we can control the gain, the audio gain. You can adjust it basing on your needs, and of course, the more noise that is present on your background, then you would wanted to lessen the pickup of the audio and adjust the placement of your mic to the subject, just like this. My usual shoot, the mic is not present on the frame, and it is usually at bottom frame that will not really show on this video frame. But the downs in that is that the quality of the audio, my voice is just good, but the pickup is low. The volume is low, but the quality of my voice is good. There is no, at least at most, there's no background noise, just like the aircon or the background noise coming from the neighborhood. Right now, it's quietly peaceful. There's no background noises. Now, on the recording side, if you notice that it is either a stereo, sometimes it is a stereo, or sometimes it is a mono, and or at least on the where you record it, just like here in the Zoom H8, you have a option if you wanted to have a stereo or mono. But first thing first, what's a stereo and mono? Now that depends on the microphone that you use. Most mic are mono. They usually became stereo by copying the output to both left and right channel. Mono uses one channel. So right now you're hearing a mono. You're hearing it on your both ears. That's mono. It's on the both. Even if there are multiple speakers, the same signal will go to both speakers, because the audio will just comes on the both part of it. But if your audio is a stereo, then you can either on the right or the left. You have a separate audio coming in. So if you ever wonder that on music, if you're listening on a headset or on your earphones, you will hear the music first. Either you will hear it first at the right side or at the left side. On some interviews, we did do this in the past. If the interviewee is in the right side, then you're just gonna hear the voice of the person speaking at the right side. And then if the other person is responding to that, which is on the left side, you will hear the audio of the interviewee or the interviewer at the other side. Now, the question is, which is better? Personally, there is no really. This is quite a subjective. If you wanted to just really use the mono, use it, or the stereo, use it. But usually, stereo is used on music. Again, if you're serious into doing things like interviews or on films, you really wanted to go for the stereo. And that's it for this episode of Samu-Rye Tech. Hope you learned something and be inspired by this video. This is Joseph Ryan Batty, your tech warrior from Lumang Siglo, saying, study, 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 and learn from your mistakes. Maximize what you have. Bing!